Courtney. I am so glad to meet with you today. So, thank you for agreeing to record this. I have some questions about your Transform program that you are offering. And I figured if I have these questions, then some other people would have them as well. I know that we've got several mutual friends that have gone through your course. And so I've talked to them. To give you an idea, like I know that everybody thinks that I am so on top of things and just have it all. And it's a really good smoke and mirrors game in that aspect because there are so many different things that I want to be doing. And being a mom with kids still at home in school, you have to protect your time. And then with all the travel that I do. But one of the things that I've really been thinking about lately as my kids are growing up and soon I will have none of them in the house, it's time to get ready for the rest of my life. And I'm a mad mess. And I don't want to own that.
Yeah.
But my story of when I got started in jewelry, like it was just a thing that I was doing as an creative outlet,
Yeah.
right? And it grew into what it is. And that was never my intention. It just happened. And because it grew like that, I never really treated it as a business with a clear direction. And
Right.
so now what I'm really hoping is to start to guide this so that I can treat it as a business with that knowledge. How would your program fit me? How can that help me?
Great questions. And you're at such a crossroads, and I totally relate to this because our kids are similar ages, right?
Yes, very similar ages.
Yes. And it becomes more and more important to zoom out and to look at our lives and to say, okay, what are we doing? Are we doing the same things that we were 20 years ago, 10 years ago, even 2 years ago? A lot of my students are coming from the same place. My question to myself was, can we build a course, a framework that will walk people through, no matter what age, what stage they're at, through discovering what this looks like? How do we get from what we think is working to what's actually working? And how do we do that in a way that's in flow with our lives now and create a rhythm that's sustainable, that's fun, that's joyful, that's not draining us and spinning our wheels?
You did those little master classes, and I was fortunate to help you out with that as well. And
Yes,
that has
thank
been
you.
really helpful for me to look at what systems do I have. I absolutely loved the different concepts that you brought up in there and pointed out because
Oh,
you
good.
covered like five different points. So brief, and it was just like, duh.
We have
You
to
know,
share that
so
link too, because you can go and watch it. It's about 40 minutes long. And then just send me questions.
it's great because then I can go back and watch it then. Good.
Yeah, and
Because yeah,
refresh.
I found that helpful. And so that's really what got me thinking, okay, that one little 40-minute thing is like that. What is the rest of the course going to be like?
That was just like a taste. It's like the appetizer, right? It's, okay, here's just a little section of what we do inside Transform. And I cannot believe how much we can do in 6 weeks. It's amazing to me how quickly we can make shifts. Now, that being said, this is something that is a reframe. This is not your average business course. Let's go through the why, the craftsmanship, the confidence building, the customer base. We talk insurance. We talk about everything that you might need to build your business from scratch. But what I'm noticing more and more, what's really exciting is that the coolest results are happening for people who've been in their business, because the fact is, we don't take time when we are in our businesses or trying to build something. There's so much happening all the time and coming at us, right? There's all these things that we have to keep up with. And what most artists don't do is zoom out and take a pause and say, okay, let me just look at what is it that I really want? What do I want now? So what I did is I took that framework that I went through to discover this is why I'm in it. And what does that look like now? It looks really different than what I thought it would. So giving yourself permission, and not just permission, but time and a space to be accountable to yourself. Just that, just showing up for the meetups that we do on Fridays have been incredibly transformative for people.
a question for you on the meetups because
Yeah.
you know my travel schedule.
Oh yeah, Hong Kong, all over the place. Yeah,
All
I
over the
know.
place. Will those things then be recorded and I could catch them afterwards?
Absolutely. Yeah. So each week, the whole idea is to meet up once a week for an hour to an hour and a half. We have a community there. It's been a part of this growth and transformation inside Transform. We talk through what we went through that week, or if you're still in week 2 and we're in week 4, we can talk through that too. It all comes to life in this really beautiful way, and everybody gets a chance to not only connect with peers all over the country, all over the world, because it's online. We can take it from anywhere. It's a Zoom call. So we have people in Maryland, we have Texas, we've got California, and not just to have a network there or to build a community, but to see that they're not alone.
Right. That's another part of it too, because of my schedule. Um, the program's pretty flexible. Like, how long would I have access?
We have a membership that the students are rolling into. So we meet up once a month and we hold each other accountable and we share wins. It's all very positive. There's no picking on each other here. It's a safe community. And you have access for a lifetime to the course. There's 36 total lessons. There's a video training. There's a lesson that you read through. So you have all of this. It's
And then
all
I'm
put
assuming
together.
some kind of an assigned activity,
Yeah, the
right?
PDF that you'll go and
Okay.
you'll actually put it to work, right? So you can print it, you can save it virtually. This becomes your foundation. And this is going to shift. So that's why I want you to have access to this forever. I want you to come back to it, revisit it, look at it in 6 months to a year. Say,
Right.
oh my gosh, I forgot. This is where I was driving. I fell into old routines. This is what we're driving towards. Or to reassess it. Has it changed? Has it
Right.
shifted? You have these kind of living, breathing foundation that you can go and fall back on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. That does make a
And
lot of
really, the only commitment you need, you could watch this at, I know sometimes our sleep schedules get weird. Watch one at 2 a.m. or if first thing in the morning when you're fresh, whatever works for your life. That's what it's all about. There's no fitting yourself into a box here. This is about finding your rhythm now and creating the life and the business that you want instead of
Right.
what you think it should look like or what people may be telling you that it should look like, or God forbid social media, falling down that rabbit hole. Melissa's doing this, I should be doing. No, do you put your blinders on and do you. And so that's my intention for this course. And honestly, it's been really well received. I've had 25 students this year, all of them who showed up and participated, especially in those group calls or went back and rewatched, because yes, they are recorded. You can go back and rewatch week 1's meetup, week 2. There's so much good, juicy stuff in each session that comes out organically from
Right.
the conversations and the common ground that we find ourselves in as artists, as makers. But people who were not calling themselves artists are now saying with confidence, I'm an artist. This is what I make. Here is what I do. Here is what it costs. And getting those pieces to all fit together over time is the goal.
Right.
Again, not going to happen in 6 weeks. I will never promise,
No.
oh, this will change your whole life in 6 weeks. No, but we're going to start. We're going
Well,
to
and
say
that's the
yes
thing,
and
right? Is
begin.
that anytime you take a class, if it's life changing, it wasn't the class, it was the work that the person does. So if it's going to be life changing, it's because I put the work into it. And I do recognize that. But
Right.
I definitely am at a point now where I need somebody else's help to navigate or say, hey, have you thought about this? And that's what I was hoping, like I said, that maybe this course would do for me.
Yeah. And it's not even that. Like I could sit there and tell you all day, Melissa, hey, here's what I think you should do. Right. But are you going to do it if I tell you?
And it may not be what my goals are.
My mission in this course and any coaching client I work with is let's figure out how you can design this. Having a framework for that really helps. Having not only just the weekly meetups and the things to show up for it, but having it step by step. How do we discover what that is? Why we're doing what we're doing? And then putting it into action. I could tell you all day, like, hey, Melissa, here's what I see would work really well for you. But until you adopt it yourself, and you design it yourself, you're probably not going to implement it. We're strong minded women, right? We're powerful creatures, just a little bit, which comes with a certain amount of like stubbornness. We have to decide it for ourselves,
Right.
or it's not going to take form. So Defining the vision is the first week. And then we go into, okay, now with that definition, and people are taking that first week pretty seriously. That's the deep work. And then we integrate that throughout the 6 weeks as we get into more, okay, now that we know, what lane am I in, right? What kind of jewelry do I want to make? Do I
Right.
even want this to be a full-time business? So those who are on the fence about that, I love this and I don't want to lose the passion. Where's the middle ground there? Is this a full-time thing? Maybe this is something lighter than that. Maybe this is more about just learning and creating right now. And that's fine. I'm never going to tell you, hey, you're doing it wrong. It's up to you, right? You get to decide where you want to take this, who is it for, how to find those people that it is for.
That's actually very helpful because, like I said, for what I want to do, I'm really looking for some direction. Do I want this to be a full-time business? Yes, I
Clarity.
do.
Yeah.
But what does my business look like? Because I am involved in so much. I'm a really good teacher, so I want to continue to teach. I also want to continue to make jewelry. I also want to do this and this and this and this. I need some focus. And so, from the sounds of it, this course would actually help me identify the different areas so then I can dive in for the focus part of it. And
That's the
I'm one of
goal.
these lovely neurodivergent people with ADHD. There's lots of squirrels. And so I need some help caging the squirrels a little bit. I don't
Yes.
mind exercising them, but I need to cage them a little bit.
Yeah.
And just be like, okay, now it's your turn, and now it's your turn.
Yeah.
But it sounds like maybe this course would be able to help me identify each of the squirrels, put them in their cages, and figure out their exercise schedule.
Yeah, I love the exercise the squirrel. Can I use this? I love that.
You can totally
Yeah,
use
take a lap, squirrel. Like you're good. Sit in the corner, squirrel. This is so common for all creatives. We tend to lean towards all of it, right? We want to do all of it. And so what happens, unfortunately, is some of these layers become distractors. Imagine having 10 pieces on your bench, right? Having so much in front of you that you want to do. And that's the fun part. That's the great part is we're ambitious. We want to do it all. But when you have it all laid out in front of you, where do you begin? And so what ends up happening is complacency, avoidance, procrastination, looking at social media, comparisonitis, which I love this word, right? When you zoom in and say, okay, I see the 10 things, but I'm going to move the 7 over here because they're not as priority for me right now. This is something for Q2 or 2026. So that's the goal here is learning how to use the calendar a little bit more to our creative side, applying it not just for picking up the kids, doctor's appointments, blah, 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 but blocking out space and time to focus on each thing and
Right,
doing it in an order that makes sense to get to the vision. If we
right,
don't know exactly what it is we want, or we want 20 things, we're going to be running forever. And I've been there, I've done it. That's why I wrote this. Let's get priority in front of and put the others aside, back burner them. We're not going to give up on them. They're a piece of this puzzle and the vision, but we cannot do them all at once. This is for creatives, not even just jewelers. This could be applied to any creative
right.
endeavor because we tend to do this, Melissa. And I know you well enough to know, like, all right, let's add one more thing. Let's add one more thing, thinking that it's going to get us to that clear space of, oh, I feel gratified, I feel successful. So
Right.
that's why I broke it down like this. Let's go week by week, focus on the one thing at a time.
That sounds like what I need. That's the
We
need.
need clarity. And sometimes, honestly, we all need a little help. We need somebody to help us zoom out and slow down and reshuffle, reprioritize.
Right.
And the truth is, this changes at every stage and every age. And I
Yeah.
love this course and I love the membership that's building from this course because right now it's all women. It's women from every age and every stage. I've had students call and say, but I'm only a year in. I don't feel ready. I'm not
Oh
there.
man, that would be lovely to be only a year in.
I know. That's what Jeanette said. She's, oh my gosh, Courtney, if I had just taken this 30 years ago, I would have paid $1 billion for this because it
Right.
would have saved me so much heartache of trying to do all of the things. And when you're building a business, there's a lot to think about. There's a
Right.
website, there is insurance, there's all these things, right? And there's where do I even find the customers? How do I price my work? It can become very overwhelming and just make it all fizzle out if you're not careful. We can do this, right? We can do it one step at a time.
And I know that you've given me a discount code. So if anybody else is interested in taking this with me, because I'm definitely going to do it. So if anybody else wants to take it, I do have an affiliate code, which I appreciate.
Kick back to your studio because you need more tools.
Actually, what I need now is more materials. Have you seen the price of
Oh
materials?
my gosh,
That's what
yes.
I need
We're
now,
going to
right?
talk through that in the course as well, and how to handle these ebbs and flows that are going to come with the industry and with
Right.
our lives.
I will go ahead and put a link with this video, and then maybe we'll see each other in class because
And
definitely be there.
in the membership as well afterwards, because one of the students said it well. She goes, Courtney, this is great. What do we do after? We give you all of the information, but the implementation, that takes time. We're not dropping you off at the curb here. Let's all continue forward together. And I have to tell you, we have some just these dynamo women who are coming from all different backgrounds. And it's such a cool group, super supportive. If you take the time to do these lessons and listen to the videos, 4 to 6 minutes each, and just start letting it sink in, you will see a shift. You'll start to zoom in a little bit more on what it is you want now. All
Okay.
right. Thanks,
Thank
Melissa.
you.
Appreciate the questions.